What's up, boys? YouTube, Twitch, bringing you guys another video. This video is a labs guide, in my opinion, for what is the best thing you can run on labs. First of all, let's go through the armor. We've got TV 110. I think this is the best armor in the game for loot. It's also obviously very good for PvP as well. It has minor stats. Get it for around 100k in the flea market. Has a ton of slots, which means it's very good for making money. So that's the TV 110. And then the Trooper. Trooper, in my opinion, is the best armor for PvP on labs. Everyone's rocking M61, 995, and all the best in slot ammo. So that means a tier 6 and a tier 4 are basically the same thing on labs, because raiders aimbot you in the face and players always have BIS ammo. So a tier 6 basically becomes irrelevant. M61's going to 2-tap you in the thorax regardless of what armor you're wearing. Tier 4, no armor, or tier 6. And 995 is going to absolutely melt you up as well. Most of the time, if you get caught by someone with 995, you're going to be dead if you're not even looking at him. So in my opinion, tier 6 has never been worth using it on labs. Like tier 4 isn't even worth it either. It's just you're bringing it as a placeholder for raiders, to be honest. Everyone that plays labs in the current state of the game is Giga Chads and people that are running meta gear. So that's why tier 4 is the best, and it'll probably stay like that for the rest of this game cycle, man. Labs is very unbalanced when it comes to armor and helmets. That's my opinion on what I think is the best. Trooper again, PvP, TV 110, money. Okay, so next, Docs case or sit case. This is what I see a lot of people talk about. What do they prefer? What should I use on labs? Docs case, in my opinion, is the best because you can store intel, bitcoins, GP coins, and similar things like that. Obviously, it's limited on space because you got your keys in here and stuff. But what I do is use the Docs case with a dog tag case, and then you can store all the dog tags you get from killing people, which means more net profit per raid. People say, well, why don't you just use a SIC? You can do both, but you can't put intels in there. That's obviously a negative. Having 3 intels in a Docs case is way better. And you can definitely get more than 3 intels in labs. It's rare, but it happens, trust me. SIC case is good. It's entirely up to you, but in my opinion, I don't think it's worth. I've played labs a lot. It's my main map. I know a lot about the map, so I don't think it's worth ever using a SIC case. And it also depends if you got Kappa or Gamma too. If you got Kappa, then you could run both. Entirely, it depends like what you want. But this pretty much is used for like skulls, GP coins, bitcoins, similar stuff. And you can put other things in here too. There's a few other items you can get from red that you can put in here that you can't put in an intel case, whatever it is. I don't recommend it. I think the Docs case and dog tag case is the best combo. All right, so next, helmets. Obviously, like we said about armor, tier 4 is basically the best for labs. Tier 5, I would never even use tier 5 on labs unless you've got it and you just want to, you know, get rid of it. Usefulness, there's none. Tier 5 on labs, in my opinion. But helmets, okay, so you got 2 choices here right now. So this is the fast MT. This goes around 15k rubles on the flea market. It comes with a high ricochet chance, which is what you want. High ricochet chance is very good. This means any ammo in the game, you have a fair chance to block the bullet, or not block the bullet, ricochet it, which means, you know, same thing, block it basically. So you can block M61s with this. I've done it multiple times. Same with the shattered mask. So that's what you want to look out for when you're using this, right? Obviously, it's only a tier class 1, so that means if there's a bullet that doesn't do well against penetrating like tier 4, the helmet will tank the bullet. Obviously, it doesn't apply in this case because it's only tier 1. The main thing you're looking for is high ricochet chance. And obviously, it's got a 1% ergo penalty. Then, next thing, the TAC Trooper Mask. This costs around like 60 to 100k sometimes. It's expensive, and it's actually really good. Really good. It protects top of the head, eyes, and jaws. Minus 2% ergo, minus 2% change in speed. It's high ricochet chance. It's armor class 2. Just ignore the class. It doesn't really mean anything. You're just looking for this, okay? So, you stack these together. That's the helmet. Next, condor glasses. They just got added in the recent patch. These are very, very good glasses. They've saved me a lot. Unfortunately, they're not high ricochet chance. They're medium, which is still good, and it's definitely worth using. So, you have 2 choices, right? You either wear this, and this is your head protection for labs. I guarantee you this is the most efficient head protection you can use. I was going to do Altons. Altons are very good on labs sometimes, but in the current meta where everyone's got high recoil control and all that stuff, it's not consistent running Altons on labs because a lot of people have M61. And M61 one-taps Altons. Altons do save you a lot against 995 and 55A1, and that is a pretty common gun on labs. For the most part, I wouldn't recommend running Alton. I think sound is more of a priority over head protection, because if you're a good player, you shouldn't need head protection. You should only be using sound to outplay your opponent. So that's the first one. And then obviously the good old chat mask. I've always used it the best. It's cheap. Most reliable thing in the game. It saved me at least 1,000 times. This helmet. Very good. But these are your 2 choices. I recommend both. Whatever you prefer. Obviously, this is on the little expensive side. You do get more protection with the fast MT and the condor glasses because, believe it or not, the ricochet chance does stack up. Hear me out, right? So, say you go into a raid. I put this helmet on, okay? Bullet penetrates the mask. If it hits in the eyes, it also has to penetrate the eyes. So that means, you know, I failed the first ricochet chance, but the glasses could come in clutch and ricochet as well. Obviously, that's only if you get hit in the eyes, but it's up to you. Obviously, it's more expensive, but for the most part, Choose whatever you want. You do get a little bit extra chance with that. So headset, in my opinion, I've gone through all the headsets in the game. It changes every wipe for some reason. I don't know why. Right now, I think the GSSH are probably the best headset in the game. As an alternative, depending on what headset you wear IRL, maybe go with the Swordens, but it's completely preference at this point. With headsets, they're very, very buggy and weird. Take it from me, I've used a lot of different headsets and earbuds. I think GSSH is the best. So now, onto meds. This is the most important part. I see a lot of players fail to realize what's important here. So, Grizzly, best in slot med, 100% in the game. You can animation cancel it, so the heal time's very short. I know it says 5 seconds, but you can get it down to 2.5. So why run the Grizzly? 1800 HP. Obviously, you can animation cancel the healing time, which is amazing. It stops light bleeds. It stops heavy bleeds. It removes fractures. It's a 4 slot. You guess how much they cost? Around 40k. Extremely cheap, extremely durable, and very useful in a lot of situations. A lot of people I see use like a CMS serve kit with Flint in the container. There's no point, man. Just use a Grizzly. Grizzly will do everything you want. It's cheap. It's worth it. Okay? 100% the best med in the game for labs, and probably every other map too. It does everything you need. Okay, so next, surgery kit. What do you want to prioritize? So, my opinion, I think if you're strictly just trying to PvP, you're some sort of content creator, you want to just get good PvP for your stream and make YouTube videos, that I think CMS is the best. Obviously, this all depends on your skill level. The higher the surgery skill, faster you heal, etc, etc. CMS, it's pretty much, if you're in like a PvP situation and you can pop this CMS and get your arm back, those extra 2 seconds that you save off using this instead can make the difference in a fight. So it's completely up to you, man. Obviously, you get more HP back on a serve kit. Most people that are new to the game and don't have high skills, just go with a serve kit. But it all depends on what your incentive is. Money or PvP. If you want PvP, CMS. If you want to be, you know, survivalist and stay in raid as long as possible, serve kit. Okay, so we cleared that. Next, ETG. This is the most important part of your container. I position mine right here at the top, so it's easy to obtain when I'm in a fight or I'm up. This thing is broken. It keeps you alive. Super important. You pop this, it'll heal everything back up within a very short time. A very, very important tool for PvP. Alright, next. Golden Star Bomb. Now, why Golden Star Bomb over other painkillers? In my opinion, Golden Star's the best. You only lose 15 energy. It lasts for 350 seconds. Reason being, you want to use Golden Star over ibuprofen. Yeah, sure, ibuprofen has more charges, but ibuprofen takes away from your thirst, which is really annoying because you get like visual effects on your screen too. And the good thing about labs is labs has a lot of these black crates around the map, and if you know the spawns, you can always get food guaranteed every single time from these crates. So that's why Golden Star's the best. It lines up perfectly with the map design and all that other. Make sure you use Golden Star in my opinion. So that's all the meds covered. Pretty simple. Okay, now grenades. Grenades, you know, they're broken in Tarkov. Silent audio. Some of them are stronger than others. In my opinion, it's up to you. They're cheap right now, all of them. If you use Vox, you're kind of weird, champ. But hey, whatever floats your boat, man. All right. I would either use F1s or RDGs. You can make plays around both of them, and they're cheap. I run 8 grenades specifically for labs because recently there's a lot of players that like to play slower. So that means pre-nading corners is necessary in order to survive a lot of situations. You know, you can't account for every corner in the game that someone's hiding behind. So having grenades as your tool to check that without peeking it is huge. Okay, next. So, the tool of labs, okay? Like I said, I played a lot of labs. I played at least 5 or 6 wipes of the map. The only map I played this map a lot after Kappa. So these are the 3 guns that I would suggest. This being the budget gun. Obviously, it's not actually a budget build. It's really easy to put together. You buy the gun, put on the attachments. It's very simple. You can get way cheaper parts that does the same thing. This is like the best in slot one though, right? So, the 5.56 MDR. This gun's slept on. It's very cheap. Nobody uses it. Why? I have no idea. I assume it's because of the RPM. There is a reason why I think people don't use it, and that would be in another video, and it's due to the arms and the way 5.56 works in Tarkov. It's a bugged round, but let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about the loadout, okay? So 5.56, let's say, you know, you're broke, you're trying to make some money, but you're also trying to have a good time, kill people on labs. This gun is super reliable, man. Whack 995 in this, you go mid, you perch up, and you just one-tap everybody at mid. If you don't want to do that, you got the ult top. You got the, you got the ult top scope right there, so you can get close. Whatever you want to do. Why the Burris? The Burris is a 1 to 4 times scope, which is perfect for labs. If you want to close range, use the 1 times on the Burris, man. It's great. You can see people's character model really easily. Perfect. And then the 4 times is obviously great for the long range encounters. It's a perfect design for labs, in my opinion. And then, like I said, attachments, it's all up to you, but this is the best in slot build that I use. Okay, so that's like the budget version, budget gun. If you're trying to, you know, keep the money, the funds down. Next, DTMDR. In my opinion, best gun in the game without a doubt. The drawback is obviously the 20 rounders. You know, it's pretty hard against squads, but M6 1-2 taps slicks, and it 1 taps pretty much any helmet in the game, which is absolutely disgusting. Okay? This is the best in slot build overall. Now, the scope preference is completely up to you. I use the Boris. The Boris is my favorite scope in the game. It's reliable for almost all guns. Back in old labs, the meta used to be close range scopes and all that. But the meta's changed, man. Everyone improved at the game. Now it's all about long range scopes, utilizing lasers and hipfire accuracy. Without a doubt, the best gun you can use across the whole game, in my opinion. But this is an amazing gun for labs. Very reliable. You'll never have issues with it. Always use M612. Next, the HK. So this one's probably the most common thing you'll see on labs, the HK or the M4. I like running the Boris on the HK, and I know that sounds weird, but trust me, it serves multiple purposes, man. You can close range with it. If you're close range anyway, you should be hip firing, and if you're long range, you should be having a scope to snipe people in the head with. The Boris serves both of those. Now, if you don't want to do that and you like just keeping it like the way it used to be, just whack on a hollow or a PK06 and you're good to go. They're both good choices, but in my opinion, long range on labs is king. Trust me. I know it sounds stupid, but trust my word. And obviously, always use 995. 55A1 is a good round, but 995, if you ever run into an Alton boy, you're going to need this, man. You're going to need it. I tanked 5 shots of 55A1 yesterday from an Alton. Okay? On my head. So 995, 2-tap consistently to the head of an Alton. That's the guns. Now, backpacks, this is another thing. It depends entirely what you're trying to do. Are you trying to PvP? Are you trying to make money? I bring a tri-zip. It's cheap. It's around 40k. It gives you a decent amount of slots that you can pick up people's loot, raiders loot, etc, etc. You could be even cheaper, not bring a backpack and pick up backpacks from the people you kill if you're trying to make money. That is it, boys. That is the video. Obviously, there's no gameplay here, but I just wanted to bring you guys a video about what I think is the most efficient thing you can run on labs if you're trying to PvP or make money. For the most part, I think everybody will agree. Now, sure, there is more guns that you could add into the pool. I just chose these 3 because I think these are the most consistent guns in the game that you can use for labs. Obviously, you got the AK-103, Val, all that other stuff. They're great. They're great at what they do. But these are the most versatile guns in the game. Obviously, the M4 and the HK are basically the same thing. That's why I haven't put the M4 there. Obviously, M61 is king. Just a quick disclaimer too. 5.56 is a very good round. Sure. But if you've ever had raids where you've had super high hit count, this is why. Okay? So, in the game right now, it's been a bug for a while. I've been trying to get it fixed. 5.56 does not penetrate black limbs. So what that means is, if you get in a fight with somebody where their arms flinch in the sky, you're going to look at like 13, 14 hits to kill them through their arms. It's a bug. It's not intentional. M61, by the way, does go straight through arms. Instantly. So there's no issues with that. That's why M61's king right now. If 5.56 bug didn't exist, HKs and M4s would be on top always, just because of the RPM and recoil. But yeah, that is the video, boys, and this is how I like to set my inventory real quick before I go. So if I'm using MDR, put that there. Like I said, it's completely preference to you. PvP, I always run troopers, and then I put this down here. You want to have your ETG at the top so it's easy access when you're in a fight. Golden star here, spare ammo, and then whatever you want to put here depending on what container you have. And yeah, that's pretty much it, boys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I guarantee you this is probably the most efficient loadout you can run for labs, okay? And I hope you guys have a good evening.